Welcome back, everyone. We have major developments over these last couple days, multiple events happening simultaneously. Why this could lead to a revitalization of an extremely popular stimulus program that will ultimately put more money in your pocket. Massive protests specifically in this targeted location. Why this location is significant, we'll be talking about it all in today's video. Let's get started, dive right into the news. But before we do, as always, you folks know the drill by now. Make sure you give this video a tremendous thumbs up, smash a like button. I would greatly appreciate that. And if you have not already, make sure you are subscribed to this channel. Click that big red button and have notifications turned on as well. That little bell will actually notify you when we do post a brand new video right here on this channel, and we post updates every single solitary week with no exceptions and no excuses. Also, we'll be doing our next cash giveaway when we do hit 20,000 subscribers, and that could be right around the corner at the pace we're going. You'll have to be subscribed to be entered and eligible for that cash. With that being said, let's get started and dive right in. So what is going down? Let's start with this first piece of news. We saw a group of parents, particularly a group of mothers from the state of West Virginia, travel to the U.S. Capitol. No, they didn't go there to riot or want to hang the vice president. They went there to peacefully demonstrate and protest the fact that the child tax credit has ended. And they essentially asked their representatives and their senators to reinstate the program. If you don't know, the expanded child tax credit was part of the American Rescue Plan, and it was different from the already existing child tax credit in that it expanded the program so that way it was a higher amount, and it paid the first half in monthly installments from July to December. More than 36 million U.S. households received the child tax credit payments last year, and it was extremely beneficial for them. Study after report indicated that these child tax credit payments worked wonders for these families and lifted millions of Americans out of poverty. Democrats vowed that they would keep this program and extend it for at least another year as part of their Build Back Better agenda, but they ran into a wall when one senator said no. This was not your typical everyday protest. It was rather avant-garde. You saw a ton of moms stand behind a pile of teddy bears at the U.S. Capitol, and these moms spoke about how the monthly benefit alleviated their daily hardships, such as high heating costs, medical emergencies in their kids' schools going virtual. The child tax credit, their sign said, made life bearable, no pun intended. Like Amy Jo Hutchison, who is a mother and an anti-poverty activist, had said, quote, "Using our children as scapegoats, pushing them back into poverty after offering them a hand up is not only unacceptable, it's unbearable and un-American." Now granted, this was a stimulus era program, so there's no cardinal rule that states that this program must be extended, otherwise the country is going to fall apart. But as we said, study after study showed that this program worked. It had widespread popularity, and it truly isn't that expensive. It's just adding on top of what already existed pre-pandemic. But the sentiment does have merit. The US just hit 900,000 COVID deaths, and yes, there was that good jobs report, that surprise that happened from the month of January, but the cases are still spreading. You still have a rather high unemployment rate, and people need this money, and it's only going to drastically hurt the Democrats in the midterms and potentially in 2024 as well. The majority of Americans do agree with the expansion of the child tax credit. It has support across party lines, but as we know, it's not up to the people. It ultimately is up to Congress and the president. So what is going on as far as Congress, and can we expect the child tax credit program to have any shot at being rekindled? Senator Joe Manchin was the lone senator that ultimately killed the Democrats' Build Back Better bill that would have included a one-year extension of the CTC. So what has he been up to lately? Manchin has notoriously equivocated in the past, but just recently he gave some indication that there may be a chance of a skinnier version of the Democrat spending bill, possibly passing this year. The West Virginia senator reiterated a familiar priority of his when it comes to the spending bill that Democrats are vying to throw together. He told reporters, quote, "Just fix the tax code, just fix the taxes." This is in regards to lifting the corporate tax rate. He wants to see that happen in the next bill. Now, he also did state earlier that there were no major discussions surrounding the sprawling social and climate bill, the $2 trillion bill known as Build Back Better, but some Democrats are still hopeful. Now, it's not just Senator Manchin that's derailing the Democrats' plans. Another key holdout for the party is Senator Kyrsten Sinema, who last year objected to raising corporate and individual tax rates. This dealt a major blow to the party's endeavor to hike taxes on the wealthiest Americans and large corporations. Despite this rhetoric, some top key Democrats are still optimistic that they will see some provisions make its way through the Congress and ultimately passed. Like House Majority Leader Steny Hoyer, who is an influential voice in the Democratic Party, made a prediction just last week that substantial provisions of President Biden's stalled domestic agenda will find their way into law before the midterm elections. This dismisses the current impasse over the Build Back Better Act as a routine bump in the legislative process. Steny Hoyer recently told Politico, quote, "The overwhelming majority of that piece of legislation is supported by 50 Democratic United States senators, and they've said so. There are some things that they don't support, and we have moved ahead on that, but we need to keep working on that, and we need to get it done." Now, this could all just be talk. It could be a facade to hold the Democrats over for some time, maybe until the summer, but unfortunately, as it gets closer to the midterms, it will be too little, too late. Democrats only have so much time left before everyone's in full campaign mode and touring the country, touting what they've accomplished thus far. Now, there is speculation that the Democrats will have to break the legislation into smaller pieces in order to get the job done and seal the deal. The House Majority Leader spoke of Joe Manchin by name, saying, quote, "Joe Manchin has indicated he's supportive of much of this legislation. I'm of the belief that Build Back Better is going to pass. It won't pass as we send it to the Senate, obviously. It will be changed, but that's the legislative process." So he does feel there is a glimmer of hope left. There will likely be more obstacles ahead of the Democrats in addition to just Joe Manchin and Senator Kyrsten Sinema. So the Democrats will have to plan accordingly and try to work fast. Now, Congress has been focused on other areas in recent days, trying to push legislation through both chambers, unfortunately not prioritizing the American people. So let's make some predictions ourselves on this video, on this channel right now. Do you believe that the Democrats will eventually have to break up the bill into smaller pieces in order for them to get anything done before the midterms? Do you think they'll get anything done at all? Do you think maybe Build Back Better still has a chance and maybe it's somewhat alive? What are your thoughts? Let us know down below in the comment section. I am curious to hear. Also, let us know your thoughts on the child tax credit. Are you in favor of it? Are you against it? Also, let us know down below. I'm curious to hear your thoughts and opinions. Things are definitely heating up and intensifying, though. You are seeing targeted calls towards the president and other people in a great deal of power. So we'll have to see what occurs, but we may be on the brink of something. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up, smash that like button. I would appreciate that. It will help with that YouTube algorithm, so I do appreciate your support. And if you want to see more content from my channel, I post every single solitary week. Go ahead and make sure you are subscribed and have notifications turned on as well. And if you want to get some free stocks, all meal free, use the links down below in the description of this video. Sign up with the brokerage platforms Robinhood and or Webull. You'll actually get some free stocks, some of them valued up to thousands of dollars in some cases. So let us know what stocks you do get. And if you want to connect me on social media, I am on Instagram at Logan Cohn, LOGANKOHN, right there on your screen. Hope you folks enjoyed this one. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care for now.